The first time I saw him, he didn't look like a man searching for peace. He looked like a man carrying a storm inside him. He rode into town just before sunset, the sky burning orange behind him, casting long shadows across the dusty street. People noticed. In a place like ours, strangers were rare, but men like him were unforgettable. Tall, still. Dangerous in a quiet way. I was standing outside the general store, holding a small sack of flour, when his eyes found me. Not by accident, not by chance. Like he had been looking for me. My fingers tightened around the cloth. And in that moment, Aby knew. He wasn't here for business. He wasn't here for shelter. He was here for me. I turned away quickly, forcing myself to walk, not run. The last thing I needed was to show fear, not in front of him, and not in front of anyone else. But I could feel his gaze on my back, heavy, unmoving. Clara. The voice stopped me cold. I didn't want to turn around, but I did. He had dismounted his horse and was now standing a few steps behind me. Up close, he looked even more intimidating. His face was sharp, worn by sun and something deeper. His eyes held something I couldn't quite name. "You know my name," I said carefully. "I do. And you are?" A pause. "Evan Hale." The name struck something inside me. Not recognition, but warning. "What do you want?" I asked. His answer came without hesitation. Truth. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat near the window of my small home, watching the empty road, waiting for something I couldn't define but knew was coming. Men like Evan Hale didn't ask questions without a reason. And they didn't come this far without purpose. The knock came just after midnight. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. I didn't open the door. "Go away," I said, silence. Then, "I'm not leaving." Of course he wasn't. I opened the door slowly. He stood there, just as still as before, the moonlight casting shadows across his face. "You shouldn't be here," I said. "Neither should you." I felt my jaw tighten. "I live here. For now." The words felt like a threat. "What does that mean?" I asked. He stepped closer. "It means your husband made enemies," he said. My breath caught. "Don't speak about him," I said sharply. "Why not?" Evan replied. "Because the truth is inconvenient." Anger flared inside me. "You don't know anything about him." "I know enough," he said. "I know he was the last man seen with my brother before he disappeared." The world seemed to tilt slightly. "That doesn't mean anything. It means everything to me." The silence that followed was heavy. "Leave," I said finally. But my voice wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. Evan didn't move. "Not until I know what happened." "I already told you." "I don't know." His eyes searched mine. "Then why are you afraid?" he asked quietly. That question cut deeper than any accusation, because I didn't have an answer. The next few days were different. Evan didn't leave town. He didn't follow me, didn't threaten me, didn't force anything. He just stayed, watching, waiting. And somehow, that was worse, because I could feel the tension building, like a storm waiting to break. "You're not going to stop, are you?" I asked him one afternoon when I found him sitting outside the saloon. "No. Even if I have nothing to tell you, especially then." I sighed, sitting across from him. "You think my husband hurt your brother. I know he did. And you came here to what? Kill me?" I asked. He didn't answer. That silence told me everything. "Then, why haven't you?" I pressed. Evan finally looked at me. "Because you don't look like someone who deserves it." The words caught me off guard. "What does that mean?" "It means," he said slowly, "that something doesn't add up." That night, everything changed. A fire broke out at the edge of town. People ran, shouted, panicked, and in the chaos, Aby saw something. A man running, not away from the fire, but toward my house. "Evan!" I shouted. He turned instantly. "What is it? They're going to my house." We ran, faster than I thought possible. By the time we reached it, It was too late. The door was broken. Inside, everything was destroyed. They were looking for something, Evan said, scanning the room. My heart pounded. Something my husband left behind, I whispered. Evan looked at me. You do know something. I hesitated, then nodded. I didn't think it mattered. What is it? He asked. I walked to the corner of the room, kneeling beside a loose floorboard. My hands trembled as I pulled it back. There's a box, I said. Evan stepped closer. Inside was a small metal case locked. This is what they wanted, I said. Evan stared at it. And what's inside? I don't know. He didn't believe me, but before he could speak, gunshots rang out. They're here, Evan said. The past had caught up to us, and now there was no running. We stood side by side, the truth finally clear between us. You came for revenge, I said quietly. Evan nodded. And now? I asked. He looked at me. Something had changed in his eyes. Now, he said, I'm here to protect you.